Hey, I just finished the last episode of Loving the Air Japan. Loving the Air Koi. How have I not gotten the name right yet? But I just finished episode 10 and she did deliver. So in this video, I'm just gonna talk about episodes, I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, was I that behind? Wow, okay. Episodes 5 and 6, I really don't have anything new to say. In my previous videos, I talked about how the production, the acting, everything was a 10 out of 10. And it still was. The chemistry, chef's kiss, I love it. They kind of started to incorporate having the storylines cross over into each other more, overlap, I guess, which I prefer. I wanted that in the original, and I feel like this one should have done that from the beginning, especially seeing as how there were only technically 8 episodes of the original storyline, and each episode was only 25 to 30 minutes. So I just feel like having them run together just made more sense to me. So episodes 1 through 6, 8 down. You can watch my other videos to see what I had to say, but they 8. And then we got to episodes 7 and 8. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Actually, I know exactly what happened. There were too many plot points, and there wasn't enough time to fit everything in, so episodes 7 and 8 just felt hella rushed. And if you've never seen the original, or you didn't read the novels, I feel like episodes 7 and 8 would be hella confusing, because I've seen the original, and watching episodes 7 and 8, I was like, whoa, how did we get here? I feel like this is where it's already noticeable and obvious, but this is where it's very obvious of how different Japanese and Thai dramas in general are, but specifically the BL dramas, because with the Japanese ones, they're very short as far as the running time per episode and how many episodes there are. So usually there's only 6 to 8 episodes, and the episodes are 25 to 30 minutes, and that's it. There's the beginning, the middle, the end. You got the protagonist, the antagonist, the backstory, how they meet, the conflict, and the resolution. They either end up together or they don't. It's very straightforward, cut and dry, and they eat every single time. I have yet to see a Japanese BL. Let me not say that. And then Thai BLs are these super long, drawn out dramas. You get 10, it's very rare that there's only 8 episodes, but usually there's 10 to 12. Girl, now they're starting to do 14, 18 episode dramas, and each episode is an hour long. There's a lot more nuance that they add into Thai dramas. So some of that was lost, especially in the last 2 episodes. Well, episode 8 and 9 of Loving the Air Koi. I think that's what it's called. Because Fuma and Kai's relationship is way more complicated than Arashi and Rei's relationship as per the original. So there was way more of the nuance and some of the small stuff that happens in their story that is high-key needed to get to the point of what happens in episodes 7 and 8. And like 90% of it was missing. So it didn't really hit the way that it was supposed to. What I will say is the scene where Fuma was reading the notebook, they ate that up. They ate, because I'm not gonna lie, in the original, I was not the biggest fan of that particular scene. Did I still get secondhand embarrassment? Yes. But it was a different kind of secondhand embarrassment. But getting to that point, and then getting to the point in episode 8 where the boyfriend, Kai's like boyfriend, like tricks him into going to the hotel. Like, there was a lot of stuff that happens in between there that you didn't get, so it just felt a little discombobulated, and there was a bit of a disconnect for me. What was I talking about? So another thing about the episodes is when Kai does get tricked to go to the hotel, I think it hit better that whole situation went down like at a race, and that they all went together, because I feel like that served a bigger like point and message of their dynamic as a whole friend group. Because I feel like something that this series did really well, that I feel like the original lacked sometimes, was showcasing the dynamics between all of them as friends, like as a foursome, but also just individually, like Arashi and Fuma's friendship, which was more important because, like, when I say more important, I mean like as far as showcasing it better, because I feel like in the original, Payu and Prapai's friendship aspect, as far as them being like best friends, I feel like that was not done justice, and I feel like in this one they ate with that, because the chemistry between all four of them eats in the original and in this one. So I liked that we got to see the friendship dynamics between all of them together, as well as their individual friendships. So when it came to the hotel situation, yeah, it would have been better if they all, if that went down how it went down in the original, where they all go together. Because again, that also made it feel like rushed and discombobulated, because everything happened so separate. It's like it started off kind of separate, and then they kind of were like intertwining storylines, and then they separated it again, which I wasn't really vibing with that. I feel like episodes 9 and 10, which is the special episode broken down into 2 episodes. So Kai and Ray continue to be the cutest and the funniest dynamic comedy duo that they are, and not Fort and Boss making their cameo, that had me cackling. Like, I was howling, because not that they thought that they were ping pong athletes, because when they first popped up on the screen, I was like, what are y'all doing here? But so I thought that was cute that they were there for a race, and that Kai and Ray thought that they were ping pong athletes, and they had a whole ass ping pong match at this onsen, and them trying to communicate and everything. Like, the whole situation was like really funny. And then the freaking spirits and them damn dreams that they were like, girl, what was going on? And I mean that in the best way. Like, it was so funny. Like, cause what was going on? The whole like dress up scene now, I feel like it was made more obvious in the original that Rain was into the whole dress up situation when it came to Payu. But for this one, that wasn't made very clear. So again, this was another one of those points where, like, if you haven't seen the original or read like the novel, then unless some of the translations are not coming across very well, because I could have missed it, but I didn't see where that was made like a point. Other than that, though, again, they ate. Now, upon rewatching the series like all at once instead of weekly, I may feel different. I'm not sure. I have plenty of shows that when they were airing, and when I went and rewatched them in one sitting, my thoughts and feelings changed a little bit, whether that be positive or negative. Because I feel like when you're watching something weekly compared to when you're watching something in one sitting, and like everybody isn't like talking about it or like hyping it up anymore, because I feel like that's a big part of why some shows you're like, oh my god, like this is the best show ever, like they're eating, like oh my god, is because like there's that sense of community and everybody is like watching the series together, and you have so many people to talk to about it, and it's just a different energy than when you're like not hyped up and you're just like, oh, let me rewatch this because I remember this being cute or being good, and it's just like, oh, it's either not good or it's better than when you were watching it while it was airing. So I feel like maybe there's potential for that to happen, because that definitely happened with me and the original. Yeah, I feel like the series as a whole, it wrapped up really nicely in the end. And I see like online a lot of people have just like mixed reviews on the show. I feel like they kept a lot of the like more iconic scenes the same for a reason. But it wasn't the exact same show. Like obviously it was the same show, but like it was not like a copy paste exactly the same of, as far as like they made a lot of changes that made it fit Japan. But I feel like people were expecting it to be like a different show. And I thought it was very clear from the trailer that it was just gonna be like Love in the Air, but just like the Japanese version. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, I think that's all of my thoughts. Oh, my overall rating, duh. Overall, I gave Love in the Air Japan a solid 8.5 out of 10. Those are my thoughts on Love in the Air Japan. Let me know your thoughts down below so we can chat it up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.